blessings once again, soul familia. And realizing that in these energy forecasts lately, that the mention of false creeds has been referenced numerous times. So in this video, I'm going to go into some text here from the Sleeping Abductees, Voyagers Volume 1, to share from the actual freedom teachings a little bit and offer a bit more understanding. It is through the Taran Ayani Grail line, priests of and the fourth Melchizedek cloister race of the 12 tribes, Christic angelic human seeding on earth, that the Melchizedek cloister priesthood, the first Melchizedek priesthood, as endorsed by the founders and the Yanas, was originally brought to earth 250 million years ago. The Melchizedek cloister priesthood of the Ayani priests of have always been an egalitarian, non-gender biased priesthood that propagated the peaceful law of one, freedom teachings of the Emerald Covenant, and sacred spiritual science ascension teachings of the Maharata, the inner Christos, as endorsed by the founder races and the Yanas. Now, just to be clear, we can share about the mechanics and all this, that, and the other from the documentation, but we're not teaching ascension mechanics through a seminar or a video session. It simply is not how it works. And I will be sure to create a separate session going over that. And perhaps even some of the misinformation, misunderstandings, misinterpretations. Either way, it's a miss. It's not a hit, it's a miss. All right? Let's keep going. During the first seeding of the 12 tribes, 25 million years ago, the bipedal dolphin people Anunnaki, fallen angelic legions of Sirius A, infiltrated through forced hybridization a portion of the first cloister human race of Earth, the Christic angelic human Atrian cloister race. The 11-strand DNA template digressive Anunnaki Antrian hybrid became known as the Urantia, and later as the Urantia fallen angelic race line, through which D11 Anu Elohim fallen angelic legions incarnated on earth in an attempt to overtake the Christic angelic human lineage. Oogie boogie boogie. The things that go bump in the night. Oogie boogie. The 12 tribes' Christic angelic human lineage was intended to serve as guardians of Earth's halls of Amenti stargates. The fallen Anu Elohim legions wanted to claim Earth's territories as their own, just as they had tried to do 550,750,000 years ago on Tara, Earth's density 2 counterpart planet. Referencing Voyagers Volume 2 with the infiltration and corruption of the Taran Orifim Templar solar initiates. Now I hear that song, She Talks to Angels. Specifically the line where it states she'll tell you she's an orphan after you meet her family. But what I hear and say is she tells you she's an oraphim after you meet her family. So, song of the day, she talks to angels. The evolution of the Oraphim, Tyranesium, Ioni, angelic human lineage has been riddled with war and strife since its creation 568 million years ago, as fallen angelic legions have continually attempted to redirect its evolutionary path into fallen angelic dominion. This warring was brought to Earth from Tara 250 million years ago and has continued ever since, requiring 3 seedings of the Christic angelic human race lines. And we are presently in seeding 3 of the 12 tribes Christic angelic human evolutionary cycle. Are you starting to see where the false creeds come in? Which, by the way, part of the reason why we're still dealing with getting in the nooks and crannies of that spiritual warfare is because these false creeds, these fallen Sirius A, Anunnaki, fallen angelic legions do not want to accept that it is their time to take the L. So, the Anu Elohim of density 4, dimension 11, have continued promotion of the false creed of the corrupted Templar solar initiates from Tara among evolving 12 tribes, Christic angelic human nations on Earth. The Yanas, the Ioni Master Council, founder races IAFW, GA, which is Galactic Alliance, Azurites, Ioni Priests of Ur, and Guardian Angelic races of the Emerald Covenant have simultaneously continued to return the teachings of truth as endorsed by the founders and Yanas. The teachings of freedom that are the rightful heritage of the Christic angelic human lineage of Earth are the sacred spiritual science teachings of the Maharata inner Christ and the historical record of creation in this time matrix as revealed through the evolution of the Emerald Covenant. So here we go. The false creed of the fallen angelic Anu Elohim, Anunnaki, and digressive Oraphim human Templar solar initiates of Tara that was brought to Earth through the Urantia fallen angelic hybrid human cloister race 25 million years ago promotes the worship of external gods, angelics, and false saviors. The false Templar creed discards the true teachings of the inner Christ and human freedom, deceives humanity into powerlessness, fear, and subservience, and distracts humanity into powerlessness, fear, and subservience, and distracts humanity from embracing its heritage. Oh, there was a loop right there, and yet again, these creepers from the false creeds are trying to shut me up and confuse me. And I went through that second loop, but I did not lose my place. And here we go, continuing onward and upward with this message. Through promotion of this false, patriarchal, externalized Christ, fallen angelic Templar, Anunnaki creed, humanity's right to have a personal, loving, and empowering relationship with God, Source, and the founder races is denied. The false patriarchal creed of the fallen angelic Templar solar initiates and fallen angelic Anu Elohim Anunnaki is designed to continually enslave, digress, and disempower the angelic human lineage. The Templar creed is promoted falsely under the name of a Melchizedek creed. In contemporary times, the false Templar Melchizedek creed emerges through numerous guises under the names of various false Father God personifications that evolved after the fall of the Atlantean islands in 9558 BC. Beginning with the Syrian Nibiruian Anunnaki Draconian false Anu Father God personification in the ancient Sumerian cities, followed by the false Father God personification of the competing Sirius A, bipedal dolphin people Anunnaki, and many other renditions of competing control dogmas. Human religions have evolved as a snare for self-perpetuated enslavement. Referencing Voyager Volume 2, Update Section. Earth has become a self-regulated prison for the angelic human lineage. This is precisely what fallen angelic legions have intended to create through distorting true spiritual science teachings into disempowering control dogmas. In the contemporary New Age movement, the Templar Melchizedeks, directed by several Anu Elohim and Pleiadian Nibiruian Anunnaki factions that have controlled the Density 2, Density 4 solar Stargate 4 since seizing it from the Guardian protection in 25,500 BC, are again promoting the Templar Melchizedek false creed directly among human populations. Presently, there are many Melchizedek groups among human populations, emerging within Earth's global cultural arena through the subtle contract of channeling and overtly through physical contact with selected humans. Some contemporary Melchizedek groups are legitimate expressions of the founders' Melchizedek cloister Ioni priests of lineage. True cloister Melchizedek priesthoods all emerged from the Melchizedek cloister order of the Unisai. The Melchizedek cloister Emerald Order Yanas collected from the eketic level of the energy matrix beyond the 15-dimensional time matrix. True guardian Melchizedeks will always acknowledge the order of the Unisai as their source, while Anu Elohim Templar Melchizedek priesthoods will pay homage to Melchizedek orders that go by other names. True guardian Melchizedek priesthoods and their representatives do not teach a patriarchal creed. They teach gender and race equality, and they do not promote the worship of an externalized God. Boom skis! True guardian Melchizedeks do not teach the crucifixion story, but rather reveal the truth as it is recorded in the Yanas and Founders' records. The Yanas and the Founders' historical records of Dimension 15 and the Eketic Energy Matrix reveal the Christ story of the Essene Ioni priest of born in 12 BC. Yeshua Sananda Melchizedek, the Emerald Order Christed Angelic Human Yoni avatar with a fully activated 12-strand DNA template, who became known as Jesus Christ. Jeshua Sananda Melchizedek, aka Jesus Christ, incarnated on behalf of the Density 5 Melchizedek Cloister Ioni Master Council, founder races IAFW, GA, and the Azerite Universal Templar Security Team. He entered human incarnation through the D6 Sirius B Maharaji, Maharaji, Maharaji. What's up, Maji, Maji, Maji? The Council of Azerline. Jeshua Jesus incarnated on earth to return the Yanas Melchizedek cloister teachings of the inner Christ, and to assist in redirecting the distorted Templar Melchizedek creed that has flourished on earth since the fall of Atlantis, in order to bring the peoples and religions of the world together under a common banner of mutual love, respect, and angelic human freedom, in preparation for the scheduled AD opening of Earth's halls of Amenti stargates, and subsequently humanity's opportunity to re-enter the Founder's Emerald Covenant. I don't know where that came from, but here it is. Jeshua Sanandam Melchizedek, aka Jesus Christ, was not crucified and did not die. Jeshua, or Jesus, ascended through the Ark of the Covenant passage via the Sirius B Stargate 6 in 27 AD. Following completion of translations of parts of the Founder's Maharata Inner Christ spiritual science text, and after fathering a new, revitalized Ioni Christic angelic human grail line on earth, Jeshua's lineage of 6 children, fathered between 18 AD through 23 AD, are the forefathers of the Indigo Children Ioni Grail line that has been progressively incarnating on earth. I'm getting excited and skipping syllables. This is so funny. Progressively incarnating on earth for the last 100 years. The story of Christ's crucifixion was staged by the Anu Elohim. In 325 AD, the remnants of Jeshua's Melchizedek cloister inner Christ teachings and the history of his family line were edited and distorted by the Council of Nicaea and the Church of Rome in their assembly of the book that became the canonized Bible. The councils of Nicaea distorted the remaining Essene true inner Christ teachings into a fear-based control dogma intended to uplift the political cause of the Roman Empire to world dominion. That was a mouthful. I will be right back because I did not make myself a beverage. So, incoming beverage as I return. Be right back in a flash. And just like that, we're back. And a little reminder to get your structured water in, kids. Get your structured water in, kids. Structured water. Here we have the lemon. And you can probably see that little bit of cloudiness. That's from the lemon. And I did squeeze in just a tad bit of honey. Delicioso. Moving along from where we left off. I'm going to repeat the last line. The Council of Nicaea distorted the remaining Essene true inner Christ teachings into a fear-based controlled dogma intended to uplift the political cause of the Roman Empire to world dominion. Jesus Christ was real, but many of the stories told about him are not. What he stood for, the Maharata teachings of the inner Christ and the Founder's Emerald Covenant, was and still is truth. Due to corruption of the power elite within human governments in the ancient world, Christianity was robbed of the truth about Jeshua Jesus, or that Jeshua Jesus tried to reveal, and all of humanity has been subsequently robbed of the freedom, enlightenment, unity, love, and joy that Jeshua's teachings were intended to inspire. Jeshua was not the only speaker of the Emerald Covenant. Since humanity was first seated on Earth, the GA, IAFW, Ioni Master Council, Founder Races, MC Priests of and the Council of Azerline have made repeated attempts, at times temporarily successful, to return humanity's rightful teachings of the freedom and divine connection. Every time the Emerald Covenant teachings were provided by representatives of the founders, the meaning and purpose eventually became distorted into control dogmas by corrupt human factions that operated under fallen angelic influence. Through the loss of the ancient teachings of Jeshua, Sananda, Melchizedek, Jesus, and the many Emerald Covenant speakers who came before him, humanity was also denied the privilege and responsibility of the angelic human heritage. And through this denial, we have temporarily lost memory of our Christic angelic human potential. With loss of this memory, we have also misplaced reverent respect for ourselves, each other, our planet, and its life field, and God. Through forgetting our angelic human heritage, we have also misplaced the privilege that would come as a natural circumstance of our Christic legacy, eternal life, which is the natural product of 12-strand DNA template Christos angelic human evolution. Communion with fellow guardian angelic nations that is accomplished through open use of Earth's stargates, passage through Earth's natural stargates into the higher heavens of our 15th dimensional time matrix, ascension from density to experience whenever we desire, reunion and conscious, perpetual co-creative at-one-ment with Source God. These privileges and the responsibility towards personal, race, planetary, galactic, and universal evolution that such privileges imply represent our heritage as Christic angelic humans. We will be enabled to claim the divine rights and responsibilities of the angelic human heritage when we allow ourselves to embrace our inner Christos potential, through which the angelic human spirit can awaken in embodiment. The irony of human evolution is that the fallen angelic legions have served as the promoters and instigators of our spiritual and thus physical imprisonment, but we have been and continue to be the executors and administrators of own living death sentence. Inadvertently, we perpetuate our imprisonment in mortal limitation and recreate the symbolic crucifixion of the living inner Christ, as we have been tricked into placing our salvation in the hands of the very fallen angelic legions that the angelic human lineage was created to restore and heal. It remains the human prerogative as to what interpretation of reality and what definition of self and God we still choose to acknowledge, honor, and act upon. So, in other words, believe what you want. We're not going to judge. Every once in a while, you might hear a little bit of a passionate air of caution from this channel. But ultimately, it's not personal. I'm not actually judging you. We all have these moments where we see the truth and we just want so bad for it to just be just known to all. And unfortunately, that's just not the way the cookie is crumbling, and not everyone is going to have the privilege of awakening. As the sleeping inner crystal, excuse me, inner crysted self that struggles to awaken. Joshua, Jesus, the many Emerald Covenant speakers that came before him have tried to bring this truth to us and demonstrate its power, so that we, as the guardian Christic angelic race that we are, might finally reawaken to ourselves, our souls, and our planet, free from illusion of mortal limitation and the manipulation of the fallen angelic dominion. "2,000 years ago, humanity was faced with a choice of allowing the inner Christos to lead us home, or to crucify the inner Christ that Jeshua modeled for us through the worship of externalized God personifications. We're faced with this same choice again, and the fallen angelic legions will do their best to provide us with all opportunity to make misinformed decision. On behalf of the Yanas from beyond the time matrix, the Density 5 MC Ioni Masters Council, founder races, the Azurite Universal Templar Security Team, Ioni Priests of IAFW, GA, and Guardian Angelic Races of the Emerald Covenant, and in support of the causes of angelic human freedom and the continued healing and survival of Earth, GA Signet Council 6, the Council of Azurline, Guardians of the Sirius B, Stargate 6, and progenitors of the Indigo Children, Ioni Christic Angelic Human Race. Hi, how you doing? That's us. Presently incarnate on Earth, revealing the historical information pertaining to the Christ story and the pre-ancient angelic human evolution, because the time has come. 27:27 on the timer. We're going to take a pause right there and then take a look at that angel number 2727 and see where this numerology is relevant. The angels, our angelic selves, want us to live free of labels, including those that our possessions can give us. Remember that life is full of all kinds of positive things and attributes, so make sure that you remember the importance of that. A message of hope, trust, and encouragement. A reminder to trust in a higher power and to let go of those fears and doubts that are being constantly re-implemented by these false creeds. It also signifies we are evolving to a new spiritual stage and that we are on the right path towards spiritual growth and development, serving as a beacon on the spiritual journey of self-discovery. There it is. Since the failure of the intended Stargate opening cycle of 22,326 BC, all angelic nations have been quite aware that a major confrontation over the evolutionary destiny of Earth humanity would occur between guardian and fallen angelic legions upon the next due Stargate opening cycle. Many times, such as during the Christ drama of 12 BC through 27 AD, Guardian nations have tried to prepare humanity for peaceful navigation through this pending confrontation, and many times they have attempted to negotiate peaceful resolutions to this scheduled conflict with fallen angelic legions before the time of final conflict arrived. The final conflict, Stargate 6, Magi Priests of Azerline, and the Christ drama. The natural Stargate opening cycle that was due to occur failed, and Earth's halls of Amenti Stargates did not open because the Pleiadian Nibiruian Anunnaki Council, which was once part of the Galactic Alliance, or Guardian Alliance, Signet Council 5, Alcyon Council, broke their Emerald Covenant agreements, reverting to Anu Elohim fallen angelic dominion agendas. The Nibiruian Council and related Anu Elohim fallen angelic groups seized control of Density 2, D4 Sol, Stargate 4, to which the Nibiruian Council had once been entrusted with guardianship. The Density 2 D4 Sol Stargate 4 and the fourth of the 12 Stargates in the Universal Templar Complex is the connection point between the Density 2 universe, dimensions 4, 5, and 6, and the Universal Stargate 3 in Density 1, dimensions 1, 2, and 3 universe. The Sol Stargate 4 is the primary passageway between D1 and D2. Universal Stargate 3 is located at Earth's core. Earth's halls of Amenti Stargates, which connect to the Density 2 planet Tara and many other areas within the four densities of our time matrix, connect to the Stargates of the Universal Templar Complex through the D3 Earth Stargate 3. This is where we are. D3 Earth Stargate 3. Formerly known as Tara, but actually still Tara, but in a coinciding timeline. On another parallel. In another realm. In another dimension. When the Pleiadian Nibiruian Council defected from the Emerald Covenant and Alcyon Council 25,500 BC and turned D4 Sol Stargate 4 over to the Anu Elohim fallen angelic dominion, they effectively blocked Earth's halls of Amenti at the D4 Sol Stargate. Since the Anunnaki fallen angelic legions have attempted to keep guardian angelic nations out of Earth involvement, which keep the angelic human souls of Earth locked into repeated cycles of reincarnation on Earth, blocking their passage of ascension through the Sol Stargate 4. Since the fall of Sol Stargate 4 to fallen angelic dominion, guardian angelic nations, under the direction of the Yanas, Density 5 MC Ioni Master Council, the IAFW, and GA have intervened on Earth directly. Through the technical Templar science expertise of the Sirius B Maharaji, Taran, MC Priest of and the Azerite Universal Templar Security Team, the Guardians reopened the Sirius B Stargate 6 passage to Earth. The Stargate 6, called the Halls of Amaria, and later in Egyptian times the Third Eye of Horus, connects the Density 1 D3 Earth Stargate 3 directly to Density 2 D6 Sirius B Stargate 6, bypassing D5 Alcyon Stargate 5 and D4 Sol Stargate 4, and thus circumnavigating the Stargate's passages controlled by the Anu Elohim fallen angelic minions. The Sirius B Stargate 6 Amaria passage has originally been used by Guardian nations to orchestrate seeding 2 of the angelic human 12 tribes 3,700,000 years ago. The Amaria passage has been damaged in the 1,000 years of war of the 846K BC, requiring the current seeding 3 of the 12 tribes to be conducted in 78 or 798 BC through the new passage of the Ark of the Covenant, which was created in 838 BC for this purpose. The MC Ioni priests of Ur and Maharaji of Sirius B repaired the Amaria passage between Earth and Sirius B Stargate 6 in 22,500 BC and entered full incarnation on Earth through a new Ioni Indigo Children Grail line. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hi, how are you? The new Sirius B priests of Grail line of Earth, referred to as the Ioni Melchizedek Cloister, the priests of Azur line, or the Magi priests of Azur line MC. Presence on Earth was intended to be temporary. The Magi priests of Azur line MC were to remain in seclusion within their hidden cities on Earth only until completion of the Guardian mission intended for the 22,326 BC Stargate opening cycle. The Magi Azur line priests MC were commissioned by the Density 5 Emerald Order Ioni Master Council to free Earth and its angelic human lineage from advancing Anu Elohim and Pleiadian Nibiruian Anunnaki fallen angelic infiltration, which was progressively overrunning Atlantean culture through the Nibiruian holds on Sol Stargate 4. Many thousands of years of negotiations between guardian angelic and fallen angelic high councils have failed, and the Anu Elohim fallen angelic legion, through their Pleiadian Nibiruian Anunnaki, intended to orchestrate their final strike against the angelic human populations of Earth. In other words, beloveds, in terms of the whole, gang stalking types of feels and all this, that, and the other, all of us as indigos, starseeds, light warriors, light workers, we have targets on our back placed by these fallen angelics supporting false creed agendas. Ooh. This is a lot to take in, guys. So, do I really want to take it any further at this time? Let me page ahead and see where this is. Oh man, see, we're just now getting into the drama where I'm leaving off. So that should give you some semblance of an idea of what I mean when I'm referring to the fallen or false creeds. Still figuring out a way to contribute in a way, explaining and bringing awareness to what these false creeds are without sounding like I'm telling you to stop believing what you believe, so on and so forth. By all means, believe what you want to believe. After all, free will is still a thing. Not always going strong for humanity at this time, but it's still a thing. And that is where I'm feeling guided to leave it for today in this particular video. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead just a bit and share just this little bit right here. The only way guardian angelic nations could prevent the Nibiruian Anunnaki fallen angelic legion from throwing Earth into pole shift was to override the Nibiruian control of Soul Stargate 4 through activating Sirius B Stargate 6 and using Stargate 6 Halls of Amaria passage to hold Earth's electromagnetic fields securely in alignment with Sol Stargate 4 and Alcyon Stargate 5 during Earth's 22,326 BC Stargate opening cycle. Alright, so when we go into the next portion of this particular series, we will go a bit more into the same topic. Also, bringing to awareness the drama that has come with it. We're not going to stay stuck in the drama. Rising above the drama, no longer engaging with it, rising above it. In multitudes of manners, beloveds. I will go more into that at another time. It's just so much to unpack and way too much to unpack in one video, let alone one series of videos. So there we have it. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. This was just your average girl next door way of bringing some explanation and awareness to what I have been sharing, especially in the daily energetic forecasts. So, there it is, and there's so much more to come. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. Multiversal Soul Familia. With much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings.